my beautiful family, how are you? Welcome again, and this video is dedicated to all the form 4s. And some of you told me, Shasimi, you've done a lot on paper 1 but you have not done anything on, or you have done less on paper 2. Yeah, so this video is on paper 2. So this year you are expecting 3 oral poem, oral song, or an oral narrative. Even how to check the paper 2, the poem, the one that deals with the persona, the mood, and the tone. But for now we focus on this because higher chances, according to many predictions, you might get this one or a narrative. Features of oral song are the features of oral poem. The first feature, and that is repetition, self-explanatory. A word can be repeated or a phrase can be repeated. So check this poem and identify the instances of repetition. And actually you're very right, keep it up. We have line 2. Down in the valley, drumming, drumming. So drumming, drumming, repetition. Stanza 2 we have brightly, brightly. The word has been repeated. And stanza 3 we have this morning, this morning. The dialogue. You can have the characters in the song or in the poem communicating, and you have to read because in most cases the poems or the songs we don't have the quotation marks to show the dialogue. So check this poem and identify the instances, whether there is an instance of dialogue. Bob Bob, bobbing wagtail. So Bob Bob is a repetition actually. Coming, bobbing wagtail, bobbing along. Take your sheep, little girl twin, and we go kill the herdsman. But the herdsman has done no harm when they slaughter their ox. So you can see in that case we have two people who are communicating. We call it a dialogue. Direct translation. Direct translation. Words are picked from certain language and translated directly. And this one you can just know. You have to read and see the words that actually they're not standard English. Listen, my husband, in the wisdom of Lango, time is not stupidity split up. Time is not stupidity split up. In that case, you can see it's no standard grammar. The words have been translated directly. Direct address. Direct address is whereby you are addressing someone directly. You can use the word you. You. Listen to me, you. Or listen, my husband. So we have also the same poem. Listen, my husband. You see, this is direct address. Someone is being addressed directly. We also have this poem about maize or a market. Maize has a market. I don't know, sorghum has a market. You are a witch. You are a backbiter. You are this. So you see in that case, you. It's direct address. So check this poem. We have listen, my husband, the similes and the metaphor. Remember, simile is indirect comparison and the metaphor is direct comparison. You are a lioness. You are a chameleon. So in that case, you comparing to someone to something else directly. Or you are as black as coal. You are as fast as a deer. So you see in that case, we have the similes. Stanza 2. Time, it does not flow like beer in a pot. So you can see that the time has been compared to a beer in a pot. Idiophones, and these are the sounds that don't have an English meaning. Remember, we also have onomatopoeia. They have English meaning, like backing. Backing is a it's an it's a onomatopoeia. Then we have those words like screaming. How do you scream, by the way? I don't know. Can you scream now? Yeah, so that has no English meaning, so that qualifies to be an idiophone. So the plucking woman, where she plucks her hoof from is where she plucks beans from, like this. Ku. So that ku is an idiophone. It doesn't have any English meaning. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is exaggeration. We have personification, whereby the non-living things or the animals have been given the human qualities. If you come across something like personification in a poem, it's also a feature. And lastly, we have the sound patterns. And remember, we have several sound patterns. Idiophone is one, and onomatopoeia is another one. Alliteration, assonance, consonants, rhyme, but make those the last. First, exhaust these ones.